Hey guys, Lookbog here and welcome to another FIFA 21 SBC, and today guys we're going to be taking a look at the 86 rated James Tavernier from Rangers. And I'm telling you guys, oh, I want this card. As long as the two segments aren't that expensive and I can somehow find a way maybe to fit him into my main team, I really want this card. I like Rangers with the fact that Steven Gerrard manages them. I think Tavernier is a great player at the same time as well. He looks absolutely phenomenal. I think this is like the final full day of headliners. I didn't think we'd be getting a headliner SBC. He's there for the next week as well. Before we have a look at his segments and his in-game stats, I want to see if they have given us anything else. I doubt they would. We would, of course, have the marquee matchups, and I'm guessing Man United and Liverpool would surely have been put into that. And indeed, it has. You get a premium gold players pack, which isn't too bad, to be fair, for that game. But we're going to be focusing on this SBC. Let me just have a quick look and see if we're getting anything for icons as well. It doesn't seem like it, which is fine. I mean, this Tavernier SBC, I wasn't expecting really that much content at all today. But Tavernier, we'll have a look at his in-game stats in a second. I'm already trying to think how we can put him into a team. I know I can get a weak link to him with Stones and with Milner. So that could be interesting. But anyway, it's an 83 rated squad with one team of the week, and an 85 rated squad with a team of the week. Now, listen, Rangers will win 4 games consistently at some points. They're unbeaten so far in the Scottish Premiership season, and it's guaranteed that this card will go. He's an 86, isn't he? It's guaranteed that in the next month, this card will be an 87 rated, in my opinion. Guaranteed. Or, okay, the next 6 weeks, he'll be an 87 rated, no doubt about that. That's with Rangers getting the 4 consistent wins. Now, as a right back, he's already had, I think, 1 in form this year. The other thing is, of course, you have that one-time upgrade for the 4 wins, but where's his next upgrade going to come? He will get a team of the season, there's no doubt about that, but we'd obviously have to wait for that until, May time or something like that as well. So, as a right back, it's not going to be easy to be able to get other upgrades after that team upgrade, but he looks insane. But an 85 rated score of a team of the week and an 83 rated score of a team of the week, I don't know if I'm going to personally do him, just because of the fact that I do already have a João Cancelo to the final card that I'm going to have to compare with this Tavernier as well. Now, 3-star, high medium, 5'11". I mean, his stats look fantastic for a fullback, in my opinion. Amazing pace, his shooting's very nice for a fullback, as well as passing is superb. All round, especially like his crossing and his curve as well. His dribbling's fantastic. His defensive stats, they're not the best. I mean, his defensive awareness needs to be higher, in my personal opinion. His interceptions like to be a little bit higher. His stand tackle and slide tackle are good for a fullback, but I would want that defensive awareness higher. His heading doesn't matter too much for a fullback. Amazing stamina, very nice physicality. What was his height again? 5'11". Early crosser is a very rare trait that I don't often see. Listen, it's a nice card. It really is. But 2 team of the weeks, an 85 scored an 83. That's going to be coming in at definitely 200,000 coins, probably even more than that. Maybe 210, 220. Maybe even as much as 250 potentially. That's a lot for a fullback that, yes, will get a guaranteed upgrade. You can't say that about all the headliners, that will get guaranteed upgrades, but he will, because Rangers are in a league where they've been absolutely superb this season, and he will go and get himself setting that team upgrade. And he might also get like a very good performance in the Scottish game as well. Maybe goes and gets like a few assists or even a couple goals as a fullback. You never know. But in terms of, I want to compare Tavernier to my João Cancelo, which of course can also get upgrades as well. And then I also want to see what kind of links you need for Tavernier in general. Now, of course, in terms of 2 SBCs, I believe the Stones SBC is still there as well. We know that the Milner SBC is there, so I can get, with the right manager, I can probably get him onto 8 chemistry once he's played the 10 games to get an extra chem point, and then with the right manager, he should be able to get onto 8 chemistry. And I don't mind using players in 8 chemistry. I use Van Dijk and Camera on 8 chem, and they're completely fine. So he does have links to good players, but then comparing him with someone like a João Cancelo, who I think City have got a very favourable draw in the last 60. Then I'd fancy City to go through, in which my Cancelo will go up to an 87 rated. Now, Tavernier's got more pace, more shooting, Tavernier's a better card. There's no doubt about that, to be fair. But in terms of like other links, what kind of right wingers do you have that are English? Of course, there's not too much. We do have an informed Kent this week, but he's a left-hand sided player, which sucks a little bit. But in terms of like English right wingers, of course you have the Jadon Sancho gold card, his record breaker card as well. In terms of right wingers, there actually isn't much. I think it's just literally Jadon Sancho as any good quality right midfielder. There is the Beckham cards as well, but they do lack in pace. I mean, you could link him with this one that this particular Beckham that everyone got for free. Links-wise, despite being from England, I mean, you could link him with England, with icons as well if you wanted to. He isn't the easiest to be able to link into a team, but he will get an upgrade, so go to an 87 rated. In terms of like right backs in general, I just want to see how does he compare to like that Kleber card? Remember that Kleber card? How much was that one? That was about 70,000 coins for that one, and that's a similar card in that, Tavernier isn't impossible to link, and it's the same with Kleber. Kleber wasn't impossible to link, but they're not easy at the same time. Now, this Kleber card, of course, got upgraded when Ajax got that draw. And how do these compare in terms of stats? I mean, more pace for Tavernier, more shooting, passing. I mean, we might be looking at the best fullback in the game in Tavernier, mightn't we? Until that Trent card comes in about 7 to 10 days time. So in terms of right backs in the game, of course, you got the likes of Carlos Alberto as well, who probably is actually a better card, to be fair. Zambrotta and stuff like that as well. But outside of the icons, these are the two best right backs in the game, and he's probably the third best, the one that I've got there in João Cancelo. That is a really good card, and he will get an upgrade, a guaranteed upgrade to an 87 rated in the next 6 weeks. There's no way. I don't see a world in which Rangers don't win 4 consistent games in the Scottish Premiership over the next 6 to 7 weeks. I just don't see it at all. He is a fantastic card, expensive though for a fullback, but I have to say he looks absolutely insane. He just doesn't fit into my team, and with Team of the Year coming around, I don't want to be messing with my team too much. I want to save a Team of the Year. I'm thinking of maybe buying a Team of the Year Lewandowski. I might buy a Team of the Year Trent. I don't know who I might pack an untradeable Team of the... What happens if I go and do this Tavernier SBC today, and let's say 10 days down the road, I end up packing from an untradeable SBC pack, for example. Obviously, it would be unlikely, but let's say I end up packing a Team of the Year Trent from an untradeable pack. A Team of the Year untradeable Trent. I'd obviously use the Team of the Year untradeable Trent over Tavernier, and then it would be like, well, I've just wasted 200,000 coins or however much the Tavernier SBC costs. I almost would have wasted that because, of course, I'm going to play a Team of the Year Trent over someone like Tavernier. He's a good SBC, but I wouldn't sit there. As good as he is, and he will get an upgrade, I wouldn't sit there and change your whole team to fit him in. I just wouldn't, especially with the fact that Team of the Year is close, very, very close, literally in the next 7 to 10 days. I personally just wouldn't. It's a very, very good SBC, but it is expensive. But at the same time, I suppose I can understand people doing it. But it's one that, if you're not sitting there with like loads of coins, or you're thinking, if I swap this and I swap that, I wouldn't sit there and mix your whole team up just to get a full back into the team, in my personal opinion anyway. But if you can fit him in good chemistry already, be like an upgrade to your team somewhere, then by all means go and do it. But I myself personally, just because of what I've already got in my club and the fact that I want to save a Team of the Year, I'm personally not going to do it. But I'm not saying it's bad value for money or whatever. It's a great value for money, for a fullback. It's very, very expensive for an untradeable card, but it's certainly one that I can see him getting upgrades very much so later down the road. But anyway, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.